Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm Reverend Elizabeth Brabant, and I'll be your leader this morning. We're going to begin with our song, our meditation song, We Are One. It's on page 28. Please join me for the opening meditation. We unify now with the presence of God's light and love. And we recognize our oneness with God and our oneness with each other. Feeling this oneness and this wholeness, we are now open and receptive to receive the perfect message this morning from our own Christ within. And we thank you, wonderful God. So it is. And let's open our eyes and be here now. And welcome to the teaching of the inner Christ. This is a teaching that is dedicated especially to finding that center of divinity within us. And we call that our Christ self, sometimes our I am self. And we have Sunday morning services and Wednesday evening services at 6:30 every week. We also have seminars, joy shops we call them, and special activities in order for us to share our wonderful connections with the Christ vibration. So we welcome you here. We're glad to see everyone this morning. And it's very warm outside, but cool in here.
Yay.
Yes, for sure. Here at our center, we do celebrate with meditation, we celebrate with positive affirmation, and we celebrate with prayer. So, are there any group prayers that, not group prayers, are there any individual prayers that you would like to share with us this morning? Yes.
Yeah, a couple of ones. A prayer client sent me a check. Thank
Yay.
you, God. As a matter of fact, a couple of them did, and it's a nice thing. And thank you, God, for the prayers manifesting. Also, this is funny, but when I was in the dentist chair getting my tooth work done for, getting a cap put on it and all this stuff, and he put a temporary cap, I started channeling ideas for a painting, and the whole thing just took form in my mind while he's
Well, the dentist is wild.
So I figured, okay,
It's a good thing to do while the dentist is working.
Yeah, productive use of time. So I painted it, and I looked at it today, and I thought, this thing worked. This was okay. And I'm getting getting another one going, so I thank God for those things.
Any other prayer demonstrations that you'd like to share? Well, we certainly believe in prayer, and we have a prayer circle that meets every Wednesday. And there is a box back under the picture of Jesus there where you may fill out prayers or even put in the prayer that you've made out this morning. We have the little slip in with your packet that you received when you came in, where you can write down your prayer. We will give a prayer later today for everyone's blessings of their true desires. But you can also take these, save them, and put them in the box if you choose to, or put other prayers in there. Our group song this morning is God of Love on page 1. So let's stand and sing God of Love. Well, we have many center events coming up, but I'd like to start with our event that is going on in September and October, the Helen Woodward Center, and Elaine is going to give us a little announcement, tell us all about that.
Hi, it's something we do every now and then. Please donate to Helen Woodward Center. Donate to Anna Meals. And what Anna Meals is Helen Woodward Center helps to feed the animals of the recipients of Meals on Wheels. Right? Frequently these are older people or maybe other categories that need assistance, and sometimes they don't have enough, seem not to have enough money or supplies for the animals, so they give the animals their food. And that's not great for the animals, it's not great for them. So Helen Woodward helps. And we can be part of this. It's for little doggies and kitties and fishies and snakies and birdies and people, and we can love them by making checks out to Helen Woodward Center, and on the memo part put Anna Meals. And just give them to me, or give them to me, and I will get them together and send them all in. And because they're checks, you can get the tax write-off, which is good. And Helen Woodward Center can use the money for whatever, maybe fish food or maybe cat food or, whatever is needed. And that's much convenient for us and much better for Helen Woodward Center and for the recipients than us bringing these big bags of something. Okay.
But people that do have cans or
Oh, yeah.
food can bring them in if,
Well, yeah,
So,
you
if you
can
want.
do that if you would like, but checks are just a lot easier for
Yeah.
all of us. For all of
Yeah.
us. So, thank you
okay,
for
thank you.
participating. We'll be doing this until what, October 25th?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yes, October
Okay.
25th,
So,
the end of
good.
October. So, we also have a new class beginning. Would you like to tell about your class?
Yeah, I love to
Because
talk
Reverend-
about
yeah,
our pink
Heimers
books.
is- Yeah,
I'm Reverend Dr. Brigitte Heimers, and
This is the-
I will teach the
Yeah,
class Love Scriptures.
Mhm.
It's based on our pink books, and every time that we meet, it's on Tuesdays, 6:30, we will discuss one book, one pink book, and go into the details and read about it, paragraphs and so forth, and discover new meanings, because it is something that grows on us when we read the pink books.
and I believe these are available, aren't they?
They are.
Do you have some back there?
I don't know where they would be.
They are.
Usually they are here at the table. Bring a
Perhaps
friend,
Jeanette would
because
know.
also this is a class that has no prerequisites, so everyone can attend and gets an idea of these what we so lovingly call the pink books, or our love scriptures.
Yes.
And when is it?
It starts this coming Tuesday
Mhm.
on the 15th.
Thank you. And we have a Joy Shop coming up October 11th. This is our next Joy Shop, and it's called Love in the Little Things, and it's given by Jennifer Lonick, a local artist. I hear only good things about her. And it begins at 12:30 p.m., but what we're supposed to be doing right now is collecting the little things that we want to bring of our own, and we'll probably share with others, and I know she will have some too. So these brochures are back there, I know for sure. And for the people, our leaders and our people that are on the LBR or the LBA or the IBA. The LBR or the IBA, it is meeting next week at 12:15, a little bit earlier. And so I always have to put that up here so that I make sure I can stay a little later that day. Next, and the last Sunday of the month, we're having an all-music Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yes. I know Ann's getting ready for that, and a lot of us are. Yes, for sure. All right, well, we have special music today, and Sarah Z could not be here, and Ann, of course, with her beautiful voice and her beautiful songs, is going to sing first for us. God Danced. Oh, I love that one.
Right.
I want to come down here where I can see you.
Sarah is having a treatment manifesting, and she's at work, so. it's good. There's nothing but empty space. It was decided there has to be a change. Nobody liked it. Sometimes even the angels are bored. It just got really monotonous with all that empty space. God danced all day. God they danced, and the light as they sang, and the moon and the earth, and no, they weren't done yet. They created all the creatures and kept designing new ones, and they were so delighted that the universe shook with the tread of their feet and the ringing of their voices, and it grew, and it grew, and they sang, and they danced, and it grew, and it grew, and got more diverse, and pretty soon there was more creatures than you could imagine. And they danced. Oh, why didn't we think of this before? It's so much fun, let's go do more and more. Because God sang on the day that you were born. God danced on the day that you were born. Yes, she did, yes, she did. God danced on the day that you were born. Yes, he did. God danced on the day that you were born. Can't remain the same anymore. Oh, what are we all here waiting for? Let's do the change. Danced on the day that you were born. God danced on the day that we were born. Everybody, God danced on the day that we were born. God danced on the day that we were born. Everybody knows how to dance on the day that we were born. Yes, he did, yes, she did, danced on the day that we were born. Yes.
That song's a lot of fun for me. When I hear it, I want to dance.
And we burn calories too.
That's another blessing.
Yes.
Okay. Our inspirational reading this morning comes from a book that I really treasure called The Quest. And it's by Richard and Mary Alice Jaffola. And I got it at a Unity church. So I don't know if it's in the bookstores or not, but I know that I did get it there. And it has wonderful, wonderful things in it. And it has this morning's truth that I'd like to read. True joy is actually part of your nature. It's built into your very being. Yes, even in spite of our outer circumstances, the experience of joy is always present deep within you. It's not something you take in from without, but it is something that you let out from within you. Events merely give us an excuse to feel joy. It's an attitude that we maintain, an attitude of joy. No matter what the situation that you're in, once you make your contact with your Christ center at the core of your being, you feel an immediate rush of joy. You know everything is going to be all right. Well, our speaker is someone you know quite well, and someone who has given so much to the teaching of the inner Christ, as she has to our community as a teacher of German at USD. She's retired now, and she has always been a giver. She's on all of our boards. She takes shorthand notes for us at two of them, at least two. And we just love her, and we love what she does for the center and with the center. And this morning, I'd like to introduce Reverend Brigitte Heimers, who is speaking on cultivating an attitude of joy. Get this out of your way. Excuse me, I forgot one thing. It's okay.
You need your glasses too. Yeah. Thank you. Cultivating an attitude of joy. So one of the many definitions of joy I came across in preparation for this morning's talk really caught my attention. It stated that another of God's natural occurrences is joy. And you said that almost
Put it together on that one.
verbatim. So another of God's natural occurrences is joy. But joy is natural. It does not have to be acquired later. It does not have to be learned. Perhaps we can say that we are born with it, and we heard that already in your reading. Little babies are a wonderful example. Before they are able to express in words, they are showing their reactions in smiles, cooing, or movements with their hands to let us know their joy. And Webster's dictionary defines joy as happiness, great pleasure, delight. Happiness, great pleasure, delight. And here's a quote from my favorite pink book. We always call them pink books. It's these channeled messages from the present Jesus, and it is called, this one is Dawning of the Age of Light. And on page 25, 26, it has a whole chapter on joy. And this is what Jesus tells us, and I quote, "Joy begins in the heart of each person. Joy comes when you find in your center that spot which is divine. When you are one with all. Your knowing, your oneness with God gives you dominion. You rule your own world. And assurance of this brings joy, brings serenity, peace, and love to your heart. As each one finds this joy, the world will be filled with joy, and joy will be in the hearts of all." End of quote. And I truly believe that. The expression of joy is often contagious. A genuine smile or an honest burst of laughter can inspire joy within the hearts of everyone nearby. Have you noticed that somebody starts laughing and pretty soon somebody else is laughing, and before you know it, more people are laughing, and they might not know the reason why, but it is contagious, as I said. Joy is one of great rewards of the connection we have with our God self, and that was brought out also already in that reading. When we share a tender moment with another, or we watch an inspiring movie, or simply think about the people we love, joy often just arises and puts us onto a different level. As some of you know, I have grandnephews in Germany who are twins. They just turned 4 years of age in July. They are my great joy and my great love. And it is too bad that I'm not able to be there more often than just once a year. But just recently, during my visit, they were playing with their toys, and one of them started singing a song. They had learned that song in kindergarten. So right away, the brother chimed in, because it's interesting how these two always copy each other. What one does, the other follows. What one wants to eat, the other wants to eat. And so this was the song. So it was a moment for me watching the intensity with their shining eyes as they sang together. I'm sure that you can think of your own moments of joy, having had some other experiences, but these two little guys, they are just wonderful to watch. Of course, they are not always harmonious, you know, sometimes they fight over toy or what have you, and then you have to maybe intervene so that they're not getting bloody noses. But, you know, that's part of it. So let's make joy part of our natural way of life. When we awaken in the morning, in the first few moments of awareness, we can choose joy. And I invite you to try that when you wake up, to tune into the vibration of joy. The source of joy lies within our understanding that God and we are one. When we know that God and each one of us is one with God, that it gives us that feeling of joy. Deep within us are the seeds of love, of joy, of peace and happiness, waiting to be nurtured and to blossom. Our emotions and perceptions are like seeds in the gardens of our minds. And mindfulness is like cool water. When we water the seeds of love, the seeds of joy and peace in ourselves, they will grow, they will flower without struggle or effort. This is one of the simplest and most wonderful miracles, I think. When you nurture that within yourself and that vibration comes out, it is contagious. Turning within, we discover the great joy of God's gentle presence and the simple pleasure of being one with God. My time in meditation or in the silence of prayer brings me a sense of soul satisfaction as joy wells up within me. And when I return to the world around me, I feel my joy radiating. And I think you feel the same way when you pray and you come out of prayer. There's a new vibration that is coming from you and going out into the world. Gratitude cultivates an attitude of joy. Gratitude. We can give thanks for the blessings in our life, and we can appreciate each person and animal who is sharing this journey with us. Sometimes even it is a fly that is not leaving your kitchen. And yet, you know, it is part of God's creation. We can acknowledge our experience with a calm assurance that life is good. And joy is the only power, as we sing here at the teaching of the Inner Christ in our song. Sundays and Wednesdays and every class we sing this song that was given to us by our musician, Anne Delamo. Positive actions evoke joy. Being friendly and encouraging toward others is one way we nurture the joy within us. Some months ago, I finished the course here at the teaching of woman awareness with my students here in class. And we all had a good time, and we felt great joy of accomplishment and camaraderie as well. In fact, at our last class, everyone brought something special to eat during the break. We had a longer break than usual. Truly, joy
is one of the delightful attributes of God. Joy, gladness, and happiness are strength-giving, especially if the mind is fixed on the things of spirit, which reminds me of the beautiful affirmation, and I quote, "The joy of the Lord is my strength." Would you like to say that with me? The joy of the Lord is my strength. I find these very uplifting words. And so when we say it together, the joy of the Lord is my strength, and it is God's natural occurrence within me. So that is something that we don't have to work for, it's just there. Have you ever watched children making impressions of angels in the snow? They show no discomfort from lying there in that cold, wet snow, flapping, their wings. They are living joyously in this moment. I remember these winter joys from my childhood in Germany. We also rolled the snow into big balls, and we created snowmen. And it was kind of a wonderful experience. We don't have that here in Southern California. Well, unless we go to the mountains in winter time. Well, as adults, we too have the opportunity to be fully present in the moment and to be joyful as we go about it. We can take a deep breath. We can close our eyes. We can turn within and get in touch with the joy of our soul. We can move through our days, completing even the most ordinary tasks with a joyful attitude. Have you experienced that when you need to clean your house? I think, if you feel joy within your heart, it goes faster too, it seems to me. And then, the joy of having a clean house is also a wonderful experience afterwards. So sensory experience can remind us of the joy of being alive. As we cook dinner, we can enjoy the aroma of the onions, browning in the pan, or vegetables simmering, or we can savor the fragrance from the flowers on the table. It is, we can tune into that joyful sound of music. I usually listen to classical music on a CD, and I liked our song this morning because, that song came from a wonderful family, the Trapp family. And Edelweiss, is that particular song. And so I was happy that you selected that. We can tune into the joyful sounds of music at all times. And so when I go, for instance, to the San Diego Symphony concerts, and they start soon again when the fall season begins. And of course, I'm also inspired by opera, as many of you know. I am an opera fan, and I have been ever since I was, 12 years old. And then we have that Psalm 47, first verse. It says, "Clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with loud songs of joy." Clap your hands. And that is a joyful experience. So no matter what we are experiencing when we take time to make contact with the Christ within our center, we feel joy. Christ within us is our spiritual foundation, our pattern of wholeness, our overflowing joy. Do you or someone you care about need better health? Sing a joyful song of life and let this song renew your power of love, joy, and faith in the presence of God to give to that person who needs that particular prayer. This divine source of energy and vitality, it continually nourishes tissues, it strengthens cells, it promotes the healing process. Are we uncertain about a decision we face or a solution to a problem? Let us allow a joyful song of light to shine in our heart and mind. We find, in a faster way, we find a solution. I have experienced that, and I'm sure some of you have also. So as we do, we are affirming our joy, our love, our faith in our own true guide, our inner Christ, God within. And of course, we now hear the teaching, we learn in our first course, that God within has a name and it has a vibration. And it gives me always great comfort. When I have to make decisions, I truly wait, for that answer to come. And it doesn't always come immediately. Sometimes it comes a day later, or you have an experience during the day, and that brings you the answer. But I truly feel that that divine wisdom will counsel us. It will illumine the right path to take, and it will reveal right answers. And I trust those answers. Have finances become a concern? Let us sing a joyful song of love for God and praise the blessings we already have received. The money that is already in our bank account, even if it is a small amount. But there is a way, I truly feel that by the time we need to mail that envelope with our check, the money is in the account. Have you noticed that? It is something that we need to kind of, count on, it seems to me. So let us lift our joyful song to God and be ready to receive ideas that will help us use divine supply in beneficial ways. Sometimes it's not immediately money, it is something else, a new idea, or whatever it might be. So I'd like to close with another quote from this book, The Dawning of the Age of Light. It's on page 26. I've already written it out, so I read it from my notes. It's, quote, "Find joy in your heart so that you can express fully the spirit within you." Find joy in your heart so that you can express fully the spirit within you. Spirit channels best through joy. Even reverence can be accompanied by joy. Remember that seriousness is not piousness. I like that sentence. Seriousness is not piousness. Love determines the depth with which you express spirit. And love and joy begin within yourself. Find love and joy in expressing your identity. Let joy light up your experience and feel the lifting as you give them over to you, to your wise God self. We who are many surround you with our love and joy, end of quote. And some of you may have heard in the news, the Pope is going to come and visit. And this morning I heard on the news that very poor people who really are in difficulty in different countries are preparing to share with him what they go through. And of course I feel this Pope is really open to many of these needs. And so you can see, it's not just what I'm saying this morning or what we are reading in our pink books. It is a movement, I feel, that goes throughout the world at this moment. Try to lift people, and of course you do that with joy. Would you agree? Thank you for your attention.
And what I heard from the audience was, what a joyful talk. Which is just what we wanted, right? And now it's time for our offerings. And if our usher would please come forward, and let us find in the middle of page 11 the blessing of the offering that we'll read together. Ready?
Yes.
I thank God for the divine abundance that flows freely through me. I joyfully give back to God through the teaching of the inner Christ. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. All that we ask we receive. All that we're seeking we find. Each glory God brought is open to us. Now I can see by the light in my mind. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. Lord, I do give thee thanks for the abundance that is ours. For the abundance that now is ours. Oh God, we do bless this offering with your love, with your light, with your joy. It is a joyful offering because we give back to a teaching that we love that has given us so much. And we know that these gifts go out to many more people who will receive these same wonderful gifts of the inner Christ. Thank you, wonderful God, and so let it be. Amen. And we're going to have our Rucat prayer now. If you have one written down, you can take it out. Or if it's written in your mind, as I often do mine on Sunday morning, you can bring it forward in your mind. And we will use our Rucat, which is recognition of God, unification with God, claim, acceptance, and thanksgiving. Well, we recognize that God is divine love and light. God is infinite peace, harmony, and joy. God is perfect abundance, perfect expression, all-powerful, everywhere present. And we unify now with God. We unify with the divine love and light, with her infinite peace, harmony, and joy, with God's perfect abundance and perfect expression. And we claim the fulfillment of our divine wishes and our complete fulfillment of them. We accept that God is moving in and through us, and we are receiving our divine wishes fulfilled in the perfect right way at all times. And we now lift any anxieties or fears, any frustrations, anything that seems negative to us, we're going to lift them all into the light of truth. And in this healing light, all is totally healed, completely forgiven and released. And we are free to just open ourselves to receiving the wonderful gift that we have claimed this morning. So we thank you, wonderful God. We release this prayer to you, knowing that it is manifested perfectly through the spiritual law, which is perfection now. And so it is. Amen. And we do have our meditation music now, and Angelamo will do for us a most beautiful song that she wrote. Most of us are familiar with it. Do you know how beautiful you are?
You know how beautiful you are constantly. Do you know how bright you glow, blinding those who see? No one can take it away. No one can close up your eyes or bury you deep in the clay or chain you in morbid disguise. Do you know how beautiful you are constantly? Do you know how bright you glow, blinding those
So as we go now into our meditation, let's take that beautiful song with us. It gives us the perfect assurance of the joy that we are born with and the joy that we are having within us. And now we know that joy is growing, and that joy is always with us, and it is contagious. So we take now a deep breath of peace. Breathe in and out. And let us now relax into our chairs. We are at peace with the environment and all the sounds in this room. And we now visualize a beautiful, soothing white light, relaxing our physical body. Let's feel this light coming through our crown chakra, relaxing our facial area, relaxing the back of our head. We are relaxing also our neck, our ears, our lips, our cheekbones. We take another gentle breath, breathe in and out. And now we feel that relaxation going across our shoulders, relaxing the big muscles, coming down our upper arms, our lower arms, and easily any resistance we let go through the tips of our fingers. We take another gentle breath, breathe in and out. And now we feel this wonderful light relaxing our chest area, relaxing our back, each vertebrae in its perfect right place. And that wonderful relaxation goes into our abdominal area. And as we visualize this light now following through our upper legs, into our lower legs, our feet, and again, anything that is not joy is leaving our physical body right now. And so we feel now perfectly relaxed in our physical body. We can take another gentle breath and now relax our conscious mind. Whatever thoughts have been going through our mind, whatever has had a reaction this morning in our conscious mind, we put it on the shelf for now. We feel this beautiful light now going into our subconscious mind, relaxing our subconscious mind. Any questions that we have, we right now just put into the universe. Our own I Am Self will help us with an answer as we go into the silence right now. gently now. Let us return to the outer world as we take with us all the beautiful vibrations of joy that we have received during this meditation. So we reawaken now our subconscious mind. Bring back whatever has been given to us. And let's have a gentle breath of joy. Breathe in. And we now reawaken our conscious mind. We take from the shelf all we put there before. And now to reawaken our physical body, let's just take 3 wonderful deep breaths of joy. Breathe in. And out. Move about a bit. Another deep, wonderful breath of this beautiful joy. Breathe it in. And out. And one more time. Breathe in. And as we come all the way back to this room, let us joyfully take up the rest of the day. Let's see, open. How do I do that? One more thing is needed. Where is it? Well, I think it'd be okay.
Thank you so much. And we have our affirmation for the coming week at the bottom of your page 11. If you can find that, we'll all say it together. Ready? Yep. I accept
God's joy in my life. I always have an attitude of joy.
Great. Okay. I'd like to thank our usher this morning too. Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank Richard for doing our camera.
An
every
art
week
for
so far,
downloading.
recently. And I'd like to thank Anne for the beautiful music you always give and the special music that you filled in with today. And I'd like to thank Reverend Brigitte for her joyous talk.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here. It was a joy to be together. So thank you so much. And on this coming Wednesday at 6:30, we will have our faith lift, and Reverend Brigitte is leading, same title, Cultivating an Attitude of Joy.
But on Wednesday, we're going to concentrate on cultivate.
Cultivate, okay, great. And next Sunday, I will be speaking on joy increases our sense of aliveness.
Yes.
And it sure does. And vice versa, aliveness increases our sense of joy. So, thank you, wonderful God. And let's all come together now and come up in front and we'll sing Love is the Only Power.
Love is the only way. thing to do this week. Just be joyful and spread it with a big smile.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
great, okay. All right.
That's the assignment.
And we have some refreshments in the back room for everyone. See you